It was Christmas time on the island of Sodor. All the engines were busy adapting to their winter timetables. The main line was feeling the stress, especially Gordon, Henry, James and Bear as they roared up and down the main line delivering goods and passengers from one side of the island to the other. Percy was busy on the branch line delivering post, stone and a range of other goods trains. He pulled into Tidmouth feeling curious. I wonder how Peter is doing. Peter had been in the works for almost over a year now, after his accident on Edward's branch line. Peter is nearly ready, the Fat Controller replied, stepping out in front of Percy. Would you like to go and visit? I need an engine to collect the Christmas tree from the mainland. Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Percy left the next day. He could not wait to visit Peter and get the Christmas tree. On his return trip from the mainland, he stopped at Crovan's Gate. Peter was having some steam tests taking place. He seemed sad. I've tried talking to him, but he won't reply, the works diesel said. It's a pity. He seemed nice the first time he was here. Percy steamed up to Peter. Hello. Do you remember me? You were the engine who took me from the mine to here, Peter said quietly. Yes, I remember you. Well, I came to visit you. Are you looking forward to Christmas? I'm not looking forward to anything, Peter sighed. I'm unlucky. I'm jinxed. I'm everything that is bad. I can never get anything right. Nothing. Except what? Except that one journey I had with Tornado. That made all the difference. Oh, Tornado had left Sodor quite a few months ago, and the engines hadn't heard from him since. Well, you'll be out before Christmas. Then you can come to the station and listen to all the carols. We'll see, Peter said. Percy felt dreadfully sorry for poor Peter. He knew that the engine shouldn't be that sad at Christmas time. Christmas was a time for being happy. Okay, Peter, said a workman. Let's take you back inside. Peter slowly reversed. Then, no one knew what happened next. Some say the workman was being incompetent and unable to drive the engine. Others claim Peter was unstoppable as his brakes had jammed. However, Peter found himself unable to stop and he crashed into the buffers at the back of the workshed. His tender buffers bent downwards. Below, the workman said, jumping down. That'll be a big repair job. Let's hope it can be done in time for Christmas. You see, Peter said, this is what I mean. Percy steamed away without another word, feeling very unhappy for his friend. As he steamed back to Tidmouth, an idea suddenly flew into his head. Yes, that would make Peter happy. He hurried off to find the Fat Controller. It was soon Christmas Eve. No snow had fallen, but the stations and towns were still decorated. Everyone was feeling the festive cheer. How do you like the tree? Percy asked the engines. Not as grand as the tree I got one year, Thomas grinned. Well, at least I didn't get stuck in the snow, Percy retorted. Oh, you're all so childish, Gordon snapped. Sorry, Percy peeped. The two burst out laughing. I have proper work to do. Oh yeah? What kind of work? I'm bringing the last train before Christmas from the mainland and reach Tidmouth in time for the carols. Heh, Good luck. You'll need to be super speedy, Thomas laughed. Don't worry, I'll be there, Gordon snorted, and he steamed away. At Barrow, Gordon collected the last of the passengers, and he set off. At Vickerstown, he was informed that another engine would be coming behind him, so he had to ensure that he would keep to time. But I'm supposed to be the last train before Christmas, Gordon sniffed, feeling quite annoyed. His train ran smoothly, but Gordon was pushing himself to be extra speedy, as Thomas had put it. Everything seemed fine until he reached Cronk. Here he began to feel the weight of the coaches. Come on, Gordon hissed, but it was no use. He came to a stop a mile or so out of the station. What happened? You seem to have damaged yourself, Gordon. I can't see where, but I'm not taking you on until I know it's safe. Blow, and now the train behind can't get through. At Crovan's gate, Peter was finally fixed. His driver and fireman arrived to take him up to Tidmouth. Just then, the station master came up. There's trouble up the line. Gordon has broken down and there's another train at Kildane waiting for him to move on. You don't want me to help, Peter said. I'll cause an accident. You're our last hope, the station master said. Everyone else is at Tidmouth. No one can help. Please, just try. We will, Peter's driver said, and put the reluctant engine into action. It was fine through to Cronk. The stations Gordon had served were all closed down. They were pitch black, so Peter couldn't see anything or anyone at the stations. At last he reached Cronk. He ran around to the front of Gordon and coupled up. I'm sorry, he said to Gordon. Whatever for? Gordon asked, quite surprised at the greeting. For what's about to happen, Peter replied. And what is about to happen? I don't know yet, but it will be something bad. Peter was very nervous as he moved along the line. He did, however, get the train to a good pace. Then, a strange noise began. It was a sort of knocking sound, but it was coming from Peter's firebox. "Your pipes seem to be blocked," his driver said. "I knew this would happen," Peter said. And without thinking, he stopped right in the middle of the line. "We'll never get there," Gordon moaned. "Don't do that," came a voice that Peter knew at once. "Don't you dare give up now. You've come so far. You're not unlucky or jinxed. You've just had a bad experience. Now this is the time to prove yourself. To your very own self," Tornado said. "Now come on, keep on puffing." And that's exactly what Peter did. As he watched Tornado disappear, he felt a sudden sense of determination. He suddenly felt like a massive weight had been taken off his boiler, and he charged forward into action once more. "That's my engine," Tornado chuckled. At Tidmouth, the engines had all gathered. "Where's Gordon?" Edward asked. "He should have been here by now," James replied. "Maybe he wasn't speedy enough," Thomas chuckled. "Gordon has been delayed," the Fat Controller said, "but he's on his way now with a bit of help." "Help, sir?" Percy asked, and then he knew exactly what the Fat Controller meant. A loud whistle sounded out, followed by another, but none belonged to Gordon. "Who are they?" Henry asked. "I recognise one," James said, trying to remember from where he'd heard it. "I know exactly who one of those is," Oliver smiled. "And I know the other," Percy smiled happily. Rounding the bend was a cavalcade of engines. Tornado pulled in first, followed by Peter, and finally Gordon with his passengers. "Peter!" Percy cried. "You did it!" "I did," Peter said. "And there was no bother whatsoever. You were right and I was wrong. I'm not unlucky or jinxed. I just needed to stop telling myself that." "I'm glad," Percy said. "Welcome to the team," Thomas smiled. "And hello again, Tornado," Oliver added, and received a smile from the A1. "You may now all enjoy the carols," boomed the Fat Controller. Well done for all your hard work this year, and let's see what the next year will bring." "Merry Christmas, Peter," Percy whispered. "Merry Christmas, Percy," Peter replied. "This is the best Christmas I've ever had."